Let's talk about miniatures. I've been known to do some role-playing. Hey, welcome back to Miniature Mashup. Don't blow your money on pieces of plastic. Okay. Let me unpack that a little bit. Don't blow your money on pieces of plastic. Give me 5 minutes. I'd like to talk you out of ever spending any money on little circular pieces of plastic ever again. They're overpriced, and they're not even the best option out there. Now, if you watch Miniature Mashup, you may have noticed that I rarely use plastic slotted bases. Instead, I opt for pennies or little metal washers. Is it because I'm cheap? Well, sure, half the episodes of my channel start with the word dollar store. I am cheap, but pennies and small metal washers are better than plastic slotted bases. Let's explain why. Every one of these statues, regardless of size or subject, has a massive concrete base. These giant, heavy concrete bases lower the center of gravity and add stability. No city will insure a statue without one. They would be out of code. Although they'd probably be more of an attraction once they've crushed a couple of people. Miniatures are just little statues. A plastic miniature on a plastic base isn't as stable as a plastic miniature on a metal base. And a pewter space marine with a pewter heavy bolter on his shoulder on a plastic base has a center of gravity somewhere up around his shoulders. He's about as stable as Gary Busey in high heels and is just as good going up hills. Here's a tip. Even if you do use plastic slotted bases for your miniatures, glue a penny underneath them to add extra weight and stability. Now, pennies and washers won't work for larger miniatures. For them, you may have to chop up some plastic yourself. For plastic models, I chop up lids from boxes of raisins. It's a sturdy enough plastic, it's thick enough, and this lid is just shy of 4 inches on each side. So if you split it in the middle, you're gonna get a large-sized miniature, and my girlfriend goes through 1 or 2 boxes of these raisins a week. I use small screws to anchor my plastic miniatures onto these bases, and believe me, they're not going anywhere. For heavier miniatures, it's understandable that you might want a heavier plastic. Luckily, heavier plastic's everywhere. The next time you throw out any electronic device that takes batteries, take that plastic battery cover, chop it up. Look how thick this plastic is. You can easily throw a pewter or lead miniature on this. Many electronics are covered in a plastic of a similar thickness and strength. Just chop them into little neat squares and you've got yourself a free base. Don't do drugs, kids. I bet most of you are very smart about marketing and you know when someone is trying to fleece you. Don't fall for this branding.
Get your official Games Workshop Mephists on red spray paint.
I can use some red spray paint. How much do you want for it?
$20 before shipping and taxes.
What? They have spray paint at the Dollar Tree. Primer's $1 and regular paint is $3.
But are they specially formulated to work with Games Workshop models and pigments?
Yes! It's fucking spray paint. People use it on snowmen. It goes on anything.
All right. No need to get all bent out of shape. How about some nice PVA glue?
Yeah, I always need a little more white craft glue.
$8.25 before taxes and shipping.
I'm sorry, $8.25 for PVA glue?
But ours is special because...
No. PVA glue is polyvinyl acetate. The formula is in the name. There's only one kind. Yours is not special.
How about some colossal bases?
How much?
$8.25.
Why does everything at your store cost $8.25? I don't know. That's still a little stiff for 24 pieces of plastic.
It's not 24.
16?
Nope.
A dozen?
Just one.
No. You're treating your loyal customers like corn-shucking rubes at a medicine show. This is no different than the $300 Lamborghini driving gloves. Gloves from Lamborghini that once worn, legally you have to punch the wearer in the face. Lots of companies want to slap their names on things and mark up the price. Reaper sells plastic bases for just a little bit more of a reasonable rate, but at the end of the day, folks, bases are just circular bits of plastic. I get that you need the standardized bases for war games, but those bases tend to come with standardized miniatures anyway, you know? If you need those, you got them. And it's not like you couldn't just recreate those standardized bases yourself. You just need to cut the plastic a little more neatly. There's really no need to drop that kind of money. Thanks for watching Miniature Mashup. I promise next week we'll make something a little more exciting than bases.
Just one round circular piece of plastic for the cost of a nice meal at a nice restaurant, and you can take my penis right in your rectum.